So recently, you survived a major accident. Can you tell us how long it's been since the accident?
It's been 15 weeks since the accident, and I am progressing very well, better than my surgeon could have hoped, so I'm thrilled with that. I'm so glad that I was able to have such great medical care and that I can really push myself to get better.
If you don't mind, can you explain a little bit about the injuries you got from the accident?
It was a head-on collision, and I was trapped for 2 hours and 10 minutes. The rescue workers could not extricate me from the car easily. So I sustained 15 broken bones, including 2 compound fractures in my leg. I have 3 rods, 2 in my one in my right femur, 1 in my left femur, and 1 in my right tibia. And I also have a plate and screws in my left wrist, and I had 9 broken ribs. And then I also had some internal organ damage, which I thankfully did not have to have surgery for. I had a bruised lung, a lacerated liver, which was level 1, and a lacerated spleen, which is level 3.
Since then, how are you working to get back to your ideal health?
Sure, I was in the hospital for 5 weeks, and during those 5 weeks I spent 3 in the rehab unit. So that was all about getting me back to walking and doing normal activities, just like dressing myself, showering, bathing, all of that. And I did very well there, and since I've left the hospital, I've been in therapy. For physical therapy, I've been there 5 times a week. It's about an hour and a half every session, and then occupational therapy 3 times a week, an hour each session. And they pushed me very hard, but I know I would not be where I was, where I am today without that.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you have faced so far?
Sure. When I first got out of the hospital, I could use a walker, but for going out in public, I needed a wheelchair. So I have transitioned from not being able to walk at all to a wheelchair to a walker, and now I have a cane. But very soon I will be able to not use my cane unless I feel like I need it or am uncomfortable.
Can you tell us a little bit how you and your family are coping with the recovery time?
I'm very blessed to have a family who's so supportive, and my parents are wonderful. They do anything that I need, and my siblings, they give me a hard time about it, but I know that they're just so happy to have me here, and we like to tease each other. So that's how we cope with that. And I mean, getting through the accident, it's been challenging because most of my friends are away at school, so definitely Cardinal baseball was something that really kept my spirits up, and I'm just so thankful to have a family that really does anything I need, especially during this time.
During the recovery stage, do you have any goals that you set for yourself?
Well, my main motivation is to get back to school. I go to Tulane in New Orleans, and I'm a public health major there. I love it down there. I'm in orchestra. I have friends down there, and that's my main motivation for getting back.
How do you look to live your life after you've fully recovered?
When they pulled me out of the car and I was in the helicopter, they had to decide to take me to Quincy, which was a 10-minute flight, or Columbia, which was a 30-minute flight. And they chose Quincy because they didn't know that I would last the 20 extra minutes that it took. And I think that really puts things into perspective, because that's not even a TV episode. 20 minutes is not much time. And I'm just so thankful that I survived this and can come out without any brain injuries, and I can go back to school, and I've only missed 1 semester. So I think that really just puts a big perspective on my life about how to enjoy life to the fullest, because you never know when something drastic can change your life.
What message do you hope people get from your huge story?
I think that just holding strong to your faith and calling out to God in your time of need, whether it be something small every day or whether it be something huge like a life or death situation, just knowing that God is always there for you and He always will be.